My name is Luke James Shaffer. I'm a singer-songwriter living in Bethesda, Maryland.
Full moon, drive home, late night, alone. Dark skies, headlights, music, heavy eyes.
So you've undertaken a lot of pretty massive projects as a musician and a songwriter. In 2012, you did an 18 original song album called Brooklyn Love.
Yes.
Tell us about that and the process.
Okay, so 2012, I did a Kickstarter.
Okay, how was that?
I got a lot of amazing people. I mean, it was exciting and scary because, you know, if I don't raise the money, I can't do the album.
Right.
So I ended up raising enough money, and I got to do the album, and I found a great studio. I was in Ohio at the time.
Okay.
So I did the Ohio. There's a studio in Ohio that's not a studio anymore. They do strictly video, which is kind of cool. We're on video right now.
Yeah. Oh, irony.
Yeah, but I mean, I had a band in Ohio, and we did 18 songs.
Nice.
Bunch of stuff. We did like 3 repeats of acoustic versions that I've had in the past, and it was just songs people already liked.
Awesome.
And so, I mean, it was fun. It was such a great experience, and I'm really proud of the product, which is something I'm glad I can say. After doing such a big, expansive, it didn't take that long as far as 18 songs go. It took like 3 months, but it was so much fun.
Right.
Just being in the studio.
Yeah, and the work involved, and because you find the funding. The funding helps you build the caliber of your product, right? So how long was the Kickstarter campaign?
The Kickstarter was only a month.
Oh wow, you raised the money you needed in a month.
Yeah. Again, I think Ohio is a little bit less expensive than other places, so I didn't need to raise like a crazy amount, but at the same time, it was nice.
Still.
Yeah, it was really great that these people were able to.
And what would you have done if you hadn't raised? Because with Kickstarter, don't you have to meet your goal in order to get the money, right?
Yeah.
So, and if you don't meet the goal, then it's all a wash after the month.
Right. So if I wouldn't have raised the money, I might have busted out a credit card or 2.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't know what else I could do because I was. That's one thing about social media nowadays is like once you put it up, it's out there.
Yes, it is.
And I'm like, I'm committing. Like when I did the 52 weeks, 52 songs, I'm like, I'm committing to a song a week.
Yeah.
And I don't know that people would have cared whether or not I finished or not, but to myself, you know, I wanted to finish. Same thing with this album. I decided to do an album. I wanted to finish it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I would have just made it work.
Yeah.
I would have borrowed some money.
Yes, yes. So besides Facebook, you've also got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, YouTube is huge. I mean, to me, subscribers on YouTube are more valuable than like likes or Twitter followers or stuff like that.
And why is that?
I honestly don't know. There's more interaction.
Okay.
There's just a greater retention.
There's maybe a bigger commitment where people are coming more regularly than they would other social media, or they're actually viewing more video.
Right. Probably that. And video is just becoming more and more what everyone expects.
Yes.
Basically. Yes. And on Facebook, you just like scroll past everything. No one actually goes to a Facebook page and says, what's going on next? Like, people will check out a YouTube channel because they say, what's this? What's this? Like, what other covers have you done? What other songs have you tried? And, you know, people just, so I'm trying to build that up right now. It's slow going, but it's on its way.
It's totally worth that investment of time and energy, for sure.
Exactly.
I love the song The Siren, and it's got these beautiful contrasts to it. It seems like at some point you're saying you broke and built my heart. What does that mean?
So when I met her, I wasn't really in a place to have somebody like her in my life. And so in a way, she just broke it down to somewhere it's never been, and then she built it back up from nothing. That's kind of how I look at it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like she just like kind of redefined love for me.
Yes.
Which is something I've never said before, but it totally makes sense now that I'm saying it. Yeah, that's what those lyrics
are.
And
then maybe this is just brought on by the symbolism because you like the mythology, but what about the beautiful and dangerous? Was that just like a note from Circe in mythology, or was it dangerous to what you knew?
As a single man, you know, like finding somebody that's gonna steal your heart, you know, and like be the one forever, it's kind of, in a way, it's dangerous because you're like done with that single life. You're like, and I was totally fine with it, but again, it's symbolism, you know, it's not necessarily dangerous, but at the same time, you know, it's kind of scary. So.
Yeah.
You sang your song to me I was in a trance. You had a hold on me from that first glance. Ooh, I tried to look away. My every thought was of you, and all my plans went away, drifting like a boat out on the blue. Every song you sang broken build my heart. For you I'll always wait till this world apart. Though I try to look away, my every thought was of you, and all my plans went away, drifting like a boat out on the blue. Thought that I was just passing through, until my eyes they wandered right on you. I want to know the secrets that you hold. I wanna hear your voice until we're old. So sail away with me, just the two of us. You're such a mystery, beautiful and dangerous. Thought that I was just passing through, till my eyes they wandered right on you. I wanna know the secrets that you hold. Wanna hear your voice until we're old. Want to live my life right by your side, to hear your siren song until I die, to hear your siren song until I die.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, this is a perfect segue to talk about the other song I love, which is Last First Kiss.
Yes.
Which is also written about your beautiful
Yes, I
bride.
can't help myself.
Yeah, that's good.
As much as possible.
A lot of inspiration.
Yeah.
there. So tell us about that song.
So Last First Kiss. We met in kind of a college town, and we were walking home from the bars late one night, and it was raining, and literally it's like the exact story of us walking home and our first kiss. Like, it was raining, it was pouring, there's no cars, we were in the middle of the street just walking down the street.
Very beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful picture. Did you know then, or did you know when you were writing the song?
You know, I didn't know then. I had maybe hoped then.
Oh.
But obviously I knew when I was writing the song. It was maybe 4 years later that I wrote the song. So it was just such a, you know, monumental moment in my life.
Yeah.
It stuck with me.
Yeah.
Walking home in the summer rain, streets are empty after 2 a.m. I grabbed your hand and you didn't flinch at the corner of Prospect and Ridge. I was making jokes and you politely laughed. I appreciated that. Soaked to the bone as it rained, rained, rained. You said you wanted to leave this place. Then we stopped under that dim street light. Pulled you close and looked in your eyes. For you and me, it all changed that night. It was the last first kiss of both of our lives. We stood still as the rain came down. Time had slowed in this tiny town. I held on to that moment tight. I could not forget this night. Your green, green eyes and your long wet hair, the makeup on your face going everywhere. Your hand in mine as we moved down the road. Who could have known when his night would go? We stopped under that dim street light. Pulled you close and looked in your eyes. For you and me, it all changed that night. It was the last first kiss of both of our lives. Yeah, we stopped under that dim street light. Pulled you close and looked in your eyes. For you and me, it all changed that night. It was the last first kiss of both of our lives. Nothing ever, nothing ever, nothing ever felt so right. Nothing ever, nothing ever, nothing ever felt so right. Nothing ever, nothing ever, nothing ever felt so right. Nothing ever, nothing ever, nothing ever felt so right. We stopped under that dim street light. Pulled you close and looked in your eyes. For you and me, it all changed that night. It was the last first kiss of both of our lives. Nothing ever, nothing ever, nothing ever felt so right.
How long ago was it? So 6 or 7 years ago, something like that, I auditioned for American Idol in Boston. I was living in New York City at the time, and I took a bus to Boston and I auditioned. And it went well. I made it to Hollywood, and it was like, this is amazing. I'm going to be on the show. I know it. You know, like all these obviously high hopes. And I was out in LA, and it was cool. I got a free trip to LA. I met a lot of really great people. I still know some of them. Actually, a girl I met on that first season she sang on my album with me, like that I recorded like a couple years ago, which is really cool. Her name's Lacey Brown. So, I mean, I learned that TV is not real from being on American Idol. And I learned how to kind of open up in interviews even. Like I talked to the camera a lot because they made you. Not that any of that footage was ever used. I did do like 9 interviews though for those things. But then I got cut top like 45 or something. I was like 1 cut away from the live show. And so I was like, I was close enough. So the next year I auditioned again and I made it to the top 50 and I got cut again. So I'm like, I'm probably not gonna try out again. So 2 years in a row, I make it 1 cut away from the live show. It was probably God being like, you don't need that. Just do your own thing. Don't worry about it. And that's just how I have to look at it because, you want to think that you're good enough. And then you watch the show and you're like, I could have done that. What? I don't know. But I'm sure there's many, many bitter people about that show. There's 100,000 plus people audition and then they watch the show afterwards and,
You've got a lot of range. You go from sounds of Johnny Cash to Mumford & Sons. But you're also a one-man band, right?
Yeah.
So much of what you do is the looper pedal. Tell us about that sound and how you created it.
So my live stuff, I don't do this on recordings, maybe like videos and stuff, but like my actual recordings I do on my own at home and I just do this stuff separately. But my live recording I like to do live looping and it's really cool because you can lay down a beat and it just loops on top of it, and then you can lay down some chords on top of that, or vice versa. But then you can get just a bigger, fuller sound. You can sing harmonies when you don't have anybody else there. I've become a semi-proficient beatboxer.
Okay, yeah.
So that's fun to add to stuff, and adding a beat to acoustic music makes a difference.
Sure, sure.
I still like going back to my roots, and just doing straight acoustic sometimes, but
right.
At the same time, having a beat's good.
But this is the answer to a lot of issues that come up for like the acoustic player who's just kind of standing there by himself. How do you make a bigger sound, right? So what was it why did you decide on the looper pedal? Like what was it that was like, oh yeah, I gotta do that?
It was a long time ago. It was maybe 8 or 9 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I was playing a few shows, not a lot, and I was just me and the guitar. I'm just not good enough on guitar at the time.
Right.
I'm still not very good.
Oh, please.
I wasn't very good back then. I'm like, I need more sound. I need it to be bigger. And if I can distract people with a beat, they won't realize what's going on. So I got myself a looper pedal, just a nice small one to start off with.
Okay.
And then again, it was the voice thing. I didn't have anybody to sing with, so I, was able to do the mic and then sing harmonies on top of it for live shows. It was fun.
Nice.
And then it's just, you can waste so much time at home just with your headphones. Just you can do as much as you want and you just play for hours, and over time it just developed into, I have like a huge looper pedal now. It's 3 loopers in one.
Okay.
And it has effects and stuff, and I do the piano on it sometimes now too.
Yes.
And it's just, and I think it's so much fun. And I like keeping it interesting as opposed to, just the typical acoustic guy with the guitar, which is fine. It's what I started out as. It just adds a lot to it.
When did you learn keyboard? As a kid or?
I took lessons growing up.
Okay.
I don't think that I can say that I'm a keyboard player by any means.
It looks proficient to me.
But I can, dabble.
And then you build on it again. So then I love the looper pedal thing. I love what you've done with it. But you're also doing some other projects with some other pretty well-known singers in the area.
Yes.
You want to talk about that a little bit, about some of the projects you're doing right now?
Sure. First off, I do videos with like my friend Julia Fanning every now and again. I know you've met her before.
Yeah.
We've sang together many times. We're working on some duo work right now, some original duo stuff. I have no idea when it's going to get recorded at this point, but I'm excited because the songs are really good.
Cool.
Worked with her producer, Dan Strauch.
Okay.
I work with a ton of great musicians in the area. They're not really singer-songwriters, but at the same time.
But still, you're tapping the talent that exists here.
It helps me as a musician because I get to work with these really good musicians all the time.
But it'll stretch you in new ways, right? So do you see yourself in a band at some point, or?
So I'm in a band right now, but we're a cover band. And it's like an agency band. So we all do our own thing, and then for these agency gigs, we
got it.
Play a bunch of cover songs.
So it seems like that's how you're filling the funnel to be a full-time musician.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a full-time musician, and you have to do covers as a full-time musician.
Yeah.
That's what people want to You don't have to. You just
No, that's
you can
the
make
bread and
a living.
butter.
Yeah.
I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. Like, do you do weddings and
Did a wedding
corporate
last
gigs?
night. Yeah.
Okay.
Corporate gigs, all that stuff.
Anything. Yeah.
Something I love the lyricist in you, and the lyricist in you also helps to explain the arc of where you are in your life, your narrative.
I mean, as a songwriter, the songs that I'm writing right now are like kind of my biography as I go, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's kind of what's happening is what I'm writing about is, you know, what comes out and what people can see.
Well, now I'm even more curious about the other song, We're All a Little Crazy.
Yes.
Tell me how we're crazy, Luke.
I don't know. It's just something I said one time talking to my wife, I believe. And like last year when I was writing all these songs, I would just write down any idea I had because I needed as much material as possible. So We're All a Little Crazy kind of stems from that exact idea. Is that we're all kind of different, we're all kind of crazy.
Yeah.
We all have our own things, our own quirks.
Yeah.
But in the same way, you know, like we're all very similar.
Right. We're human.
We're human.
Yeah.
We're all together in this huge like life
And
thing.
Do 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 da da ra da 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 do 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 da da ra da 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 da. Yeah, we're all a little crazy, we're all a little strange. Isn't that what makes us just a little bit the same? Do 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 da da ra da 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 do 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 da da ra da 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 da. Think about this, if I may. Paint you a picture with the words I say. We got our quirks and we got our ways. We got our hurts and we got our strengths. What's normal to me is normal to you. Just means that we get different points of view. Doesn't mean I'm wrong, doesn't mean I'm right. Just looking at it from a different side. We're all a little crazy, we're all a little strange. Isn't that what makes us just a little bit the same? Yeah, we're all in this together, one big human race. Yeah, we're all a little crazy, we're all a little strange. Do 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 da da ra da 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 da. Another thing that comes to mind is opposites attracting. When you find that special one that steals your heart, you always try so hard to guard. Isn't it those little things that loosen you up like too many drinks? The differences that come up could be the reason that you fall in love. What's normal to me is normal to you. Just means that we get different points of view. Doesn't mean I'm wrong, doesn't mean I'm right. Just looking at it from a different side. Yeah, we're all a little crazy, all a little strange. Isn't that what makes us just a little bit the same? Yeah, we're all in this together, one big human race. Yeah, we're all a little crazy, we're all a little strange. Do 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 da da ra da 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 da. Do 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 da da ra da 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 da. Different choices, different cares, different lives everywhere. Look around, smile and wave. We're all living on display. I said it before, I'll say it again. Show some love, start a friend. None of that can't comprehend, but everyone could use a friend. Da da ra da 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 da. Do 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 da da ra da 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 da. Yeah, we're all a little crazy, we're all a little strange. Isn't that what makes us just a little bit the same? Yeah, we're all in this together, one big human race. Yeah, we're all a little crazy, we're all a little strange. Yeah, we're all a little crazy, we're all a little strange. Do 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 da da ra da 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 da. Do 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 da da ra da 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 da.
My career right now is basically cover songs and just, you know, the grind, like we talked about earlier. But in the future, I see myself writing more. I see myself hopefully writing for other people, or if not, being able to write songs that I can, you know, sell online and do that kind of stuff. But honestly, if I could just be a songwriter and do it from anywhere and just like be inspired by life every day, it's like, I mean, even if I don't, again, make a ton of money, it's just, I know I'll be happy and I know I'll enjoy it, and I'd be happy with that. Songwriting is where my head is aiming at this point in my career. Exactly.
Great. Well, Luke, best wishes. So
Thanks,
excited
Carol.
for you. It's like, it's neat what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
I've been thinking all year, how will I make it through this? You've been right here with me, telling me that I can do this. We will try it our best to face head on what is coming next.